A good evening to you, our viewer on Church of Uganda Family TV. Thank you so much for choosing to watch Health Pot this particular evening. The program you're watching is Health Pot, and Health Pot is brought to you by Mukalazi University School of Public Health. And here we discuss early childhood development, maternal and child health, but we also look at the other public health concerns. And you know, when you talk about health, sometimes health is not only because you are alive, you're not sick, that you are healthy, but the relationships are also part of health, because if they're not healthy, then you'll have stress, which will also make you unhealthy. So health is broad. Now, the whole of this time, we have had a team from Change Development Initiative. This organization is centered in Luweero, and because the School of Public Health realized that they are doing tremendous work when it comes to community transformation, that is why they requested them to come and share with us, so that even us who are not in Luweero or Nakaseke can benefit out of the modules that they use to transform the community. So we've had a number of them, and today we have the big man himself. We have the Executive Director of Change Development Initiative, who is none other than Mr. Kasule Stephen. You're most welcome, sir, on Church of Uganda Family TV.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes.
I'm very grateful. Thank you for hosting us here.
Amen.
Yeah.
And kindly greet someone who is watching us
right
now.
All right. Yeah.
Your name has appeared on this show very many times before you came.
Yes. Thank you very much, my brother Mukalazi, for hosting me here at Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Stephen Kasule. I'm the Executive Director of Change Development Initiatives. Change Development Initiatives is a local non-government organization which is based in Luweero, but operating in Luweero district and in Nakaseke district.
Okay.
And one of the key program areas is child protection, where this program, which we are talking about, is centered.
Exactly.
I'm very grateful to be here. I'm a married man. I have a wife and children. Yeah.
We are grateful that you're here, and today we are looking at men's involvement. We realize that in very many families, men are absent, and this has caused a lot of issues.
True.
When you go to schools for visitation, for example, you
true.
realize that 90%
True.
are women, are mothers.
Yeah.
So where are the fathers? Now, today we are here to discuss this with Mr. Kasule. So, why is father's involvement in parenting?
Yes. Thank you very much, my brother Mukalazi, for that question. But to begin, a brief preamble of this program.
Yes.
PFR program is in full, it is parenting for respectability.
Yes.
Enkuza y'abaana mu ngeri y'okuwangana ekitiibwa mu maka abazadde ate n'abaana nga ffenna tuwangana ekitiibwa. We respect each other in the family. So this program was developed by Child Health and Development Center, Makerere, and we are lucky that we are one of the implementers of this program in Luweero, but also Nakaseke. And this program has got a number of modules, as I think were mentioned by my colleagues who were here before. But briefly to go through them, we have the first module, bonding and attachment. The second module is on positive discipline. The third module is on gender. The fourth module is spousal relationships. And the last module, which we are going to look at this evening, is father's involvement. Yes. So this module is very important, just as you have said in the introduction, that in most of our settings, we see fathers are non-existent. They don't exist. We are not seeing them. When you look at our families, fathers are not there. In quotes, they are there, but they are
not seen. They are invisible.
They are invisible. Their presence is not seen or is not felt in the family, because maybe they are working, They have several other responsibilities.
Yes.
But when it comes to parenting and caring for children, the father's involvement is very important. The father's presence or visibility in the family is very key. And that's why we're here to talk about father's involvement in this program of PFR we're implementing.
So what is the overall goal of this module, father's involvement?
The overall goal of this module is to build the father's capacity and confidence and skills to increase their participation and commitment in caring for children in our families. We want to see fathers taking the lead in caregiving of children. We want to see fathers visible in participating in the day-to-day work which affect this child. Because as fathers in the family, our role is very important. A family with a father is totally different from the family which doesn't have a father. So if a father is there in the family and the wife and the children, we expect that family to be totally different in terms of the behavior of the children, in terms of the care for the children and the wife. And that family is totally different from the family where the father is not what? Is not present. So now we want to look at the role of the father in the family, to see that a family which has got a father, the father's presence, the father's role in the family is felt by the wife, but also most importantly by the children in that family.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the expected outcomes when someone has successfully gone through the sessions that are part of this module?
This module, when we are teaching it in the community, it can run for a complete month, a full month, 4 weeks, because it has a number of sessions. It has 4 sessions, and at least in each meeting, because when I say 4 months, does not mean that we do it every day. But at least we can do it in 4 times. And for us, when we are training the communities in Ruera and Nakaseke, we each week or each day we meet, we look at a particular model, a particular session. So it has 4 sessions. And one of the key output or outcome we want to see when we are delivering this module of father's involvement, want to see improved involvement of fathers in caring for children, because we want to see that the fathers take the lead, or their presence in the family in providing care for children is felt. Yes, if it is as you said at the beginning, if it is to do with the child is learning, at least the fathers get involved in the education of the child. Paying school fees is very good, but it is not enough. It goes beyond that. As a father, his responsibility is supposed to go beyond paying school fees. School visitation is very important. So as a father, are you also finding time? Do you try to create time to go and visit the children at school, to know how they are learning and which challenges they are facing that could again hinder their learning at school? This is very important. If it is a school meeting, as fathers, are we getting involved in attending some of the school meetings at school? Or we only send our wives, the mothers of the children? This is very important. We want to see improved involvement of fathers in providing care, in providing support for these children in the family. Yes.
Okay. So,
but also another important area is GBV. We want to see a reduction in gender-based violence, because in most families where a father is not involved so much in the business of the family, because a father could leave very early in the morning, goes for work, return is very late. There are higher chances that these children are in a day or in a week have not been able to see their father.
Exactly.
Because the father is is working. He leaves very early and he comes back very late.
Leaves them asleep, finds them asleep.
Finds them asleep. But also we are seeing that a lot of gender-based violence cases also come from this, originate from this, where a father's presence in the family is not felt. So another area which we want to focus on by undertaking this module to see that there is a reduction in gender-based violence in our homes. Of course, you are aware that during COVID, we saw increased gender-based violence.
Exactly.
And do you know why it was so? Because fathers were restricted from moving; they were at home, and there was a lot of what? There was a lot of
so they were home all the time, and
yes.
so now in this remaining time before we go for the break, let us start onto the components or the sessions under this module, and then maybe talk about one before we go for the break.
Okay. Thank you very much. No, this module of fathers' involvement in parenting to improve family relations and reduce violence. One of the modules in this session is men as heads of a family. We want to look at the man as a head of the family, his position as a head of the family, but also his role as a head of the family. It is very, very important. Even biblically, we read it from the Bible that a man is the head of a family. In Uganda we say omusajja gwe mutwe gw'amaka. Yes. Naye omusajja abeera atya omutwe gw'amaka? Oba omutwe, okubeera omutwe, to be a head, what does it mean? Because we want to look at a man as a head of what? Of a family. To be a head, what does it mean? When we are delivering these sessions in the communities, we use a number of materials. Some of the materials are these books. I hope you are, my team has come.
We've interacted with some of them.
So this is one of the module for parenting for fathers' involvement.
Positive fathers.
Yes. And now this module has the first session has a number of sessions, but now I want us to look at the head. Because what does it mean to say that omusajja gwe mutwe gwaki gw'amaka? This is the head. But when you look at the head has got a number of parts. The head has got the ear, it has the brain, it has the mouth, it has the nose. All these are very important parts of the head, and all of them have specific functions. But also, this head cannot operate when it cannot function well when it doesn't have other parts of the body. But also, other parts of the body cannot do their roles or responsibilities, or cannot do their functions without the head. This means that man as a head of a family, much as we are the head, we need other parts of the family, all over the body. For example, we need other people in our family to be able to execute our responsibilities, our function as well. Yes, that is very important. Okay. Because when you look at the nose, when you look at the ear, when you look at the mouth, all these are very important parts because they have specific functions. Yes. But they cannot work alone without other parts. When you look at other parts of the body, they cannot function without the head. So father being a head, it is very, very good. You have a number of functions to perform, but you need to rely on other functions, on other parts of the body. Okay. So as a father in the home, we need to rely on other members of the family. In a family, this is where we find a father, we find a mother, we find the children. So for fathers to function well in our families, to perform our duties, we need other members of the family. And
likewise, for them to perform their responsibilities, they also need you, the head.
They also need the head.
Wow, this is so interesting.
They also need the head.
As a father out there, you must be now checking your availability. We are looking at men's involvement as one of the principal things, because you remember in bonding and attachment, we learned that what your children see you do is what they will imitate, is what they will do. Now, if the father is not involved in, if your involvement is lacking, is missing in a family, chances are that your children will emanate the same. So, We are with the Executive Director of Change Development Initiatives, who is none other than Mr. Kasule Stephen, and we are looking at men's involvement as our topic of discussion today. Mr. Kasule.
Yes, sir.
We've seen the first session, which is men as a head of the family.
Yes.
And after opening someone's mind, because I don't know whether our viewers are lucky or unlucky that what people learn in 4 months are learning the content in just 30 minutes.
Few minutes. Yeah.
But I believe we have fast learners here.
Yes,
However, you can always meditate upon
Yes.
these that we are discussing here.
Yes.
So after opening up their mind onto men as being the fathers of the families, what next then?
Yeah. Our sessions follow one another. Men as a head of a family is the first session.
Yes.
But there are a number of other sessions which we conduct in this module. But before I go to the second session, I wanted to emphasize this.
Yes, please do.
That in our families, mainly fathers, our responsibilities as fathers, we function to benefit other members of the family. We function, we do our duties so that our spouses in the families feel our presence, so that we meet their needs, so that we provide for the family. The same applies to the what? To the children. Our children need our presence. They want to see us. They need our care. They need our love. They need our guidance. They need a number of things from us. So it is very important that a man as a head of a family, we need to create time for our families. We need to create time for parenting. Parenting is not a responsibility of our wives alone, but is a shared responsibility. As fathers, we have a lot to do in parenting to guide our children to grow well in a caring, lovely, and peaceful environment. Yes, that is something I wanted to add on that session of man as a head of a family.
So, fatherhood,
yes,
and caregiving.
Yes. Another important session we look at in this module is fatherhood and caregiving, because we want to address the concerns many have about the different experiences. For example, pregnancy. When the wife is pregnant, what is your role as a father? What is expected out of you? Then you want to reflect on how gender stereotypes shape and influence the caring role in a family, and how this affects parent-child relationship. Because the gender stereotypes are also very key, and they affect our families in different ways. So in this session of fatherhood and the caregiving, we emphasize still the what we call fatherhood, positive male involvement, positive fatherhood, but also positive caregiving. The care we as fathers are supposed to give to our family members. This module has helped us so much to address the issues of gender-based violence in the homes, but also violence against children. In the communities where we have engaged the community members on these modules, on the PFR as a program, there are positive changes in the families, because fathers have come up to appreciate. They have started to do things differently, not as they used to do in the past. We have seen that much as there is work, that fathers have to go for work. Fathers have to go to provide for the families. Fathers have a lot of responsibilities, but those whom we have engaged have realized the key importance of their presence being felt in their families, by their wives, but also by their children. Our focus is more on children, the young ones, because when you talk of parenting, it goes directly to the way we bring out our
children.
It's about child rearing.
Yes.
So our focus, the greatest focus, is on the children. But because we know that parenting is a shared responsibility between us, the fathers and the mothers, we also talk about the mothers. Because as the fathers are available to participate in the parenting, in upbringing of the children, also the mother is relieved. The mother is what? Is relieved. Is not doing it alone, because it is a shared what? Responsibility. So this session of fatherhood and the caregiving, it is another session. It has a number of activities. It has a number of activities on which we engage the parents in their groups, because we put parents in small groups so that they can discuss and understand well the content of these modules.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we are looking at the sessions in the remaining time that under impact of power dynamics on parenting.
This is another important area.
Very important.
Very important.
That is why I want us to give it a few minutes.
Yes.
That we have on our time.
Yes.
Yeah, but we will dig much into it.
Yes. This is another important area of power dynamics in the families. And I know, yes, one of my colleagues talked about it during the third module of gender. But also here we intentionally bring it because we want to emphasize a few things in this module when we are delivering it to the community. The key objective for this session is to increase awareness of gender power differences in the family relationship and how affect child care. And the two is to strengthen the father's commitment to positive, respectable notions of being a man, a sense of control, commitment to protect and respect in the families. These are very important objectives. When we engage the parents in their smaller groups in the communities, we give them the chance to discuss these issues. And for this particular topic or module of fathers' involvement, it focuses only on the fathers, because we want fathers to come in their group and discuss issues that affect them. When we are discussing issues of work, issues of being available for your family members, for your children in the family, issues of caregiving in the family, we want to engage the fathers alone so that we can hear their views, so that we can share their ideas, so that we can learn from each other. Because fathers have a lot of issues they share in their groups, and because some of them are not comfortable sharing when their wives are around. So this module is specifically for what?
For men.
For men. It engage men, and they share a number of things. They share experiences, they share examples, they share different issues pertaining the caregiving in their families. And you can find that in most of our rural communities, men think that for them they are not supposed to do specific duties at home.
Yeah, true.
For example, washing clothes, it's a responsibility of a wife or a woman. Washing utensils, after a meal, plates, cups, the responsibility of what? It's a responsibility of a woman. But in these engagements, at the grassroots, we bring men and engage them. We engage them to ensure that there is a positive relationship. There is a peaceful coexistence. There is support they provide to their wives in the family. Not to neglect or leave some of the duties to the women or to the girls. Even in some communities, you find that much as we say, agriculture is a backbone of our country,
yes,
and over 80% are engaged in agriculture. But still in some communities, when you move out to the rural areas, still you find that agriculture is an activity of women.
Yeah.
You see that the men are there, but they are not taking initiative. They are not taking initiative of investing in what? Or practicing agriculture. And at the end, you see families suffering with hunger. There's no food in the family. Yeah. So in all these, we engage men to see that they, in their families, their presence is felt, but also they support their wives in the family to ensure that there is caring for children from them, there is shared parenting, they participate, and a number of other things, other activities or other responsibilities which are done in the what? In the family.
Now, Mr. Kasule, as we get to the closure of this session, what are your last remarks? One, pertaining the success stories or the results that you have witnessed this module in the community. Yeah.
Thank you very much, my brother. With success stories, we can say that there is a lot. Because PFR program, as it was said by my first colleagues, it is a program that can change communities, that can improve the well-being of communities, that can change the behaviors of our people, of communities. Because parenting is very, very important. People behave the way they behave because of parenting. If parenting was not good, this is where you find people behaving in a way which is not good. Yeah, sure. But if parenting was good, if the parents did their role of rearing this child will come up a very good what? A very good child who is lovely, who is helpful, who is thankful, who appreciates and who supports his other siblings, but also the family. I think you have witnessed some families where a person, sometimes we ask ourselves that, Mr. Mukalazi, as if he didn't produce children. The man is suffering alone in his house. Where are the children? It is because one of the reasons is to do with parenting. There could be a question mark somewhere when Mr. Mukalazi was raising his what? His children. It is very, very important.
There in their
even if children grow up and go and work somewhere in their respective places, but if they know that our parents are there, they will still come back and support. Sure. Even when they are far away, they will be in touch with you to ensure that because you brought them, you reared them in a good way, a lovely way, a caring way, they will of course be there for you and they will support you. And if PFR is embraced everywhere, in most communities in Uganda, we think it will help to bring peace, it will help to have good citizens, but also it will help to fight gender-based violence, which is a common vice in our families.
That is so interesting. So, just in a minute, send out your greetings.
First of all, I want to thank you so much for having hosted me here to talk about father's involvement. Of course, the time is not enough, but I know we shall continue to come. True. And I want to thank so much the School of Public Health, Makerere University, for supporting this program. We are here because of them to share about our experiences and to share about this program. But also, I want to thank the Child Health and Development Center, still Makerere, for developing this program. But also, dear CRVPF. CRVPF is Children's Rights and Violence Prevention Fund. They are funding us to implement this program in Edrine, but also funding other organizations in Mukono, in Mubende, in Kabarole to implement this program of PFR. And it is a good program which has been embraced by communities wherever it is being implemented. But also I want to thank, there is another organization we work with in doing this work called the CODI. CODI is the Community Development and Child Welfare Initiative. They are in Edrine. They have also been there. And the CTPR. CTPR is a Center for Transformative Parenting and Research. They are here in Kampala. They have also done a good work in guiding us to ensure that we deliver this program well in the communities where we operate.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
And when you go back, please appreciate the entire staff that
Yes.
you work with.
Yes.
They have really given us the real information
That is
that
good.
our audience
That
needs
is
out
good.
there.
That is
And
good.
to you, our viewer, I believe you are learning a lot from these episodes, because you're the reason we get these people. They travel all the way from Luweru to come here just to speak to your life, so that they cause that transformation. Now, thank you so much for choosing to learn with Health Thought. Edrine Osteen Mukalazi is my name. God bless you. We meet again next time, same day, same time, same station.